So yes, so as you know, tax is a major source of revenue, major source of revenue to meet public expenditure. To meet public expenditure. Okay, and there are two taxes. One is direct tax and another is indirect tax. Okay, direct tax and indirect tax, two types of taxes are levied in India. Majorly we are going to focus only on indirect tax. Earlier there were various taxes levied in India like excise duty, service tax, CST, VAT, and other indirect taxes levied by the state government. Now there is only two taxes levied. One is GST and another is customs duty. Okay, GST and custom duty. So major features of indirect taxes, major features of indirect taxes is it is an important and major tax revenue to the government. Second is regressive in nature. Regressive in nature means higher the income, higher the amount is progressive. Regressive means everyone, whether it's a rich person or a poor person, pays the same amount of tax, is regressive in nature. Then third is it promotes a social welfare. How it promotes a social welfare is by imposing on higher rates of tax on tobacco products, alcoholic products, or tobacco products. Then liability is on one person and burden is on another person. Liability is on one person and burden is on another person. So ultimate burden is on consumer. Ultimate burden is on consumer. Okay, then indirect tax is a wider tax base. Number of people pay indirect tax are more actually rather than direct tax, so it is a wider tax pay. So these are the 5 features of indirect tax. So important and major tax revenue is to the government. Indirect tax is the regressive in nature. Progressive is direct tax, regressive is indirect tax. Promotes social welfare. Liability is on one person and burden is on another person, that is on consumer. Ultimate burden will be, and then wider tax base. Then if you see, GST was implemented across India on when? Everyone knows this date because this date is now known to everyone. One second. So zero, sorry. So 0107/2017 is the implementation of GST across 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 India. Okay. With what amendment? With which amendment it came? Constitution's 101st Amendment. Constitution's 101st Amendment. Okay. So these are the two important things to be remembered. Okay. And then you should know one thing is you should know this thing. Okay, you should know this thing that there is one IGST Act, there is one CGST Act, there is one UTGST Act, and there are totally 31 SGST Act. Okay. Yeah, 28 plus 3. How the 28 plus 3 is, I'll tell you. So this UTGST Act is applicable to one second, we'll change some good color. Okay, so this UTGST Act is applicable to 4 UTs. How many UTs? 4 UTs. First is Andaman and Nicobar. Second is Chandigarh. Third is Dadra, Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu. Dadra, Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu. And fourth is Lakshadweep and Ladakh. Lakshadweep and Ladakh. Okay, Ladakh. So these are the 4 UTs to whom that UTGST Act is applicable. Andaman Nicobar, Chandigarh, Daman, Diu, Nagar Haveli, Dadra, Lakshadweep and Ladakh. There are 3 UTs who has a state legislature, due to which CGST and SGST will be applicable. What are the three? No? Delhi, Puducherry, and this one, J&K. So in this three, CGST plus SGST is implied. In this, CGST plus UTGST will be applied. Okay, if any transaction within intra happens means CGST, UTGST. Here SGST. Okay. Okay. Any doubt? So you should remember these things. Let me know if any doubts. Comment if any doubts are there. Then what is GST? We'll see today. What is GST? GST full form, goods and service tax. Services tax, goods services tax. What is GST? See, to be very precise, GST is a value added tax. It is continuous chain of tax credit. Final burden on consumer. And last is elimination of cascading effect of taxes. So eliminates cascading effect of taxes. So these are the four important reason why GST was implemented. It is a value added tax. There is a continuous, every stage there is a credit to set off. So it's continuous chain of tax credits. Final burden is on consumer always, and also it eliminates the cascading effect. There is no tax on tax. Okay, there is no tax on tax. Then what are all taxes subsumed into GST? What are all taxes got subsumed into GST? Now only we were discussing. Should I write full? I'll write in short itself because it's earlier which you read there. So CST, VAT, CST, VAT, service tax, central excise duty, additional customs duties, that is CVD and SAD. Then tax on lottery, betting and gambling, and entertainment tax. luxury tax, advertisement tax. So all this taxes got subsumed into GST. There is some key to note down here is the CVD SAD and also on entertainment tax. So for CVD and SAD, these are the some additional taxes levied for importer. Okay, due to that there was a counter tax. To counter that there was a countervailing duty levied earlier regime, which is now subsumed into GST. So customs duty is not part of GST, but additional customs duty like countervailing duty to counterbalance the excise duty and SAD to counterbalance sales tax are forming part of GST. Okay. So see, actually customs duty is not going to merge with GST. So it's not a part of GST, but additional customs duty used to be levied earlier, like CVD to counterbalance excise duty and SAD special additional duty to counterbalance sales tax is now forming part of GST. Same way, any entertainment tax levied by local bodies are outside the purview of GST. So any entertainment tax levied by local bodies are outside the purview of GST. That means any entertainment tax, if levied by local bodies, there will be an existing tax only levied, not the GST. Okay. Then we'll see so these are the topics we have seen. What is tax, major features of tax, what is GST, taxes subsumed in GST. Now we are going to see intra-state versus interstate supply. Intrastate versus interstate supply. So here also, if you see, we have to see location of supplier and place of supply. Okay, if location of supplier and place of supply are in same state, if both are in same state, then CGST plus SGST is payable. Okay, both are in same state, then CGST plus SGST. Same way, if it is in a same UT, then CGST plus UTGST payable. Okay. So location of supplier and place of supply has to be seen. So location of supplier and place of supply is in same state, CGST plus SGST is payable. Same UT, CGST plus UTGST is payable. Same way, if location of supplier, place of supply two states or two UTs or a state and UT. Okay, so two states, two UTs or a state and UT, then IGST payable. IGST payable. Okay, two states, two UTs, one state and UT, then IGST is payable. What is important is we have to see location of supplier, and place of supply. Okay, then next types of GST. For now we will understand 4 types of GST. Okay, so type, so we will see like this. Type, nature, levied and collected by. Okay, okay, so type is CGST. Okay, CGST, first CGST is the type. It is levied on what? Intra state or union territory. Okay, collected and levied by central government. Same way SGST. This SGST is only on intra-state supply, not for UTGST. Okay, so intra-state, and it is levied by and collected by central government or state government. State government. Then IGST for interstate supply of goods or services, levied and collected by central government, and 50% shared by consuming state. Then last is UTGST. This is for only intra-union territory. And levied and collected by central government. Any doubt? Any doubt? So type of GST will be central CGST. This will be on intra-state supply of goods and services or union territory, and it is levied and collected by central government. Okay, it is levied and collected by central government. Then SGST, it is on intra-state supply of goods or services. Why not on union territory? If anything on union territory, it will go as UTGST, not SGST. And SGST is levied and collected by state government. IGST, it is on interstate supply of goods or services, levied and collected by fully central government, but later on 50% will be shared by the consuming state. UTGST, intra-union. Why no SGST? Because separate act is given for union territory, which we saw, and it is levied on 4 union territories, which we saw, and it is levied and collected by central government. Any doubt in types of GST? Then we have to see the position of some goods, okay, under GST after implementation. Okay, post implementation of GST. So what has happened, we will see. So we'll make a tabular form again, like how we did for previous. We will make a tabular. In this we will have some detailed analysis, like first we will have particulars. Okay, then we will have excise duty, and then we have CST, VAT, and GST. Okay, any doubt? So first we will have some different color we'll use, particulars. Then we have excise duty. See, actually in excise duty also we have two excise duty. So we'll take that separately. One is central, another is state. Okay, and then we have CST, VAT, and GST. Okay, so under particulars, if you see, first we will discuss upon alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Alcoholic liquor for human consumption. So this alcoholic liquor for human consumption, post GST also, there is a state excise duty which is levied. There is no central excise duty, but state excise duty still it is levied, and also CST is levied, VAT is levied, but no GST. So here GST is excluded permanently. Exclusion is permanent. So in future also you cannot expect GST to be implemented on alcoholic liquor for human consumption. So what is levied? So what is levied is state excise duty, CST and VAT. It is still levied under GST. Okay. Any doubt? Then second product we are going to see is, second is petroleum products. Total 5 products we are going to see. Okay, 5 petroleum products we have to see. So in this 5 petroleum products, as on today, you will see central excise duty is levied, state excise duty is not levied, CST VAT is levied, GST is not levied. Okay, GST is not levied. Here exclusion is temporary. Here exclusion is temporary, but here it is permanent. Here why it is temporary? Anytime GST Council, on recommendation of GST Council and government, they may bring petroleum products under GST. But alcoholic liquor from constitution itself they have kept away. It will not come at all. So it is a permanent, but here it is temporary. But as on today, central excise duty is levied, CST is levied, VAT is levied, but there is no GST. There is no state excise duty. So on petroleum products, central excise duty, CST, VAT. On alcoholic liquor, state excise duty, CST, VAT. So these are the two differences. There is one product in which GST is also levied, excise duty is also levied. It is a tobacco and tobacco products. It is a tobacco and tobacco products. So we will see. So here if we add tobacco and tobacco products, tobacco and tobacco products. In this, as on today, Central excise duty is levied, but state excise duty is not levied. CST VAT is also not levied, but GST is levied. Okay, but GST is levied. And last is other goods. In other goods, nothing is levied except GST. Except GST. Except GST is levied in other. So why this is being discussed is you may expect in exam multiple choice questions can be expected. Okay. Okay. So any doubt? So this is the summary of a position of goods under GST after implementation of GST. So we will just quickly discuss alcoholic liquor for human consumption. There is no central excise duty, only state excise duty is levied along with CST and VAT. So state excise duty along with CST and VAT, there is no GST. There is no GST. Petroleum products. What are the 5 petroleum products we will see now? Before that, what is levied is central excise duty, CST and VAT. There is no state excise duty. There is no state excise duty. And GST is also not levied. Then tobacco and tobacco products में central excise duty is levied and GST is levied, but there is no other state excise duty, VAT, CST is not levied. On other goods other than tobacco, petroleum products and this, if you see, there is nothing levied but only GST is levied. Okay, so to differentiate what is levied, what is not levied, this is the remembrance you need to remember in this manner. We will move to the other topic, but before that we have to discuss on 5 petroleum products. So what are the 5 petroleum products? So what are the 5 petroleum products? So first is crude oil, then second is petrol known as motor spirit, third is high speed diesel, fourth is aviation turbine fuel, ATF, and fifth is natural gas, that is PNG, CNG, not LPG, CNG. Okay, so these are the 5 petroleum products: crude oil, petrol, that is motor spirit, high speed diesel, aviation turbine fuel, and natural gas. natural gas. Okay. Any doubt? So these are the 5 petroleum products. Next, we will discuss one topic on GST Council. GST Council. So GST Council empowers by what? So there is an article 279A which empowers the president to constitute this council. So this is a decision making body actually. GST Council is a decision making body of GST. In GST Council there is a headed by a finance minister, and it is not a board but a constitutional authority. Okay, so members are there, then decisions are considered to be passed. If the weighted majority is obtained, then only the decision is passed. So there are various things to understand. Okay, so GST Council में first you should know that Article 279A empowers the president to constitute the council. Empowers the president to constitute the GST Council. Okay, so Article 279A. So it is a decision making body. Okay, so decision making body of GST is GST Council, and headed by finance minister. It is headed by finance minister, not president, and also it is not a board, it is a constitutional authority. It is a constitutional authority. Okay, members of constitutional authorities are financial so members are GST Council के members. If you see, Union Finance Minister, okay, is its chairman. Okay, and Finance Minister of State shall be its members. Okay, MLA. Okay, so Finance Minister of State shall be its member. Union Minister of State in charge of revenue is also its member. MP. So these are the members. Okay. So in total, if you see, in total there are 33 members in GST Council. How 33 now? How 33 now? If you see, one will be Union Finance Minister. One will be a Union Minister of that state revenue. Then 31 states. How 31 states? 28 states plus 3 union territories. So 31 states finance ministers. Okay, 28 plus 3. So this is the bifurcation of 33 members will be there in GST Council. One will be Union Finance Minister, one will be Union Minister of State Revenue, and the 31 will be Finance Ministers of a state. Then out of this total quorum, there is a quorum is minimum 50%. Quorum is 50%. Okay, and see, quorum is 50%. Also you should see the weighted votes are one third of central government, 2/3 state government. So this weighted votes are 1/3 of central government and 2/3 of state government. So decision considered to be passed if 3/4 weighted majority is obtained. Okay, so quorum is 50%. Weighted votes are 1/3 of central government, 2/3 of state government, and decision considered to be passed if 3/4 is what, 75%, then only the majority is obtained and then decision will be passed. We'll see one illustration for one practical session when we do. Now for time being you remember this. Okay, then we will see areas of recommendation. Areas of recommendation by GST Council. Okay, so what are the areas of recommendation by GST Council? They will be giving recommendation on taxes, cess, surcharge. Okay, then exemptions, then determination of threshold limit, then GST rates, then some special provisions for for northern eastern states. J&K, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand, etc. Then model of GST law, if any changes, and any other issues as the council may decide any other issue relating to GST. Any other issues, okay, council may decide. So this will be the areas of recommendations by GST councils. GST goods and service network, it's a special purpose vehicle, an entity that has been set up to provide an IT infrastructure and services to all stakeholders, central government, state government, taxpayers, for implementation through common portal, that is gst.government.in. Okay, so GST network is going to become a government entity. It is a non-profit and non-government entity wherein government held 49% and private entities held 51%. But now recently 27th GST Council, they have decided that government shall acquire 51% from the private entities, thereby making GST network a 100% government network entity, government owned entity. Okay, so GST N. Then rates, normal rates are 5%, 12%, 18%, 28% GST. Also there is a nil GST. Also there are many nil rated goods, but there are no nil rated services, so you should know that also. Then there are few benefits of GST which we will see, like elimination of multiple taxes and double taxation. So you can note down that also. Actually, benefits of GST in inter level, this question can be tested, I think, but not in final level. But anyway, we'll note 5 points: that elimination of multiple taxes, and double taxation. Then enable the goods and services to be globally competitive. Enables the goods and services to be globally competitive. A wider taxpayer compliance is improved. Boost to Make in India. Boost to Make in India initiative. Then eliminates cascading effect of tax. And last you can say is creation of common market with common tax and procedures. Okay, eliminates the multiple taxes and double taxation, eliminates the cascading effect of taxes, enables goods and services to be globally competitive, Then boost to make in India initiative enables then creation of common market with common taxes and procedures. So this is the benefits of GST. Okay, benefits of GST. Okay, so I think these topics which we covered today is just an introduction to GST. It's just to give you an highlight when it was implemented, what was the benefits, what are the taxes got subsumed, what is GST, and also one more I think we forgot is GST is a dual model. Okay, it is a dual model GST where both central and state governments have been assigned the powers to levy the taxes and collect the taxes. So it is a dual model GST. It is a dual GST model. Then amendment also 101 amendment. Then we saw the features of GST, what is tax, what was the pre-GST taxes, and now what is uh, post GST, what are all taxes are levied, all those topics which we saw in detail. So I think this will cover, and also we saw position of goods under GST, like what are all the taxes still levied under pre-GST regime, and also post-GST what is its implication. Types of GST, intra-state versus interstate supply we saw, correct? Intra versus inter, where we see main location of supplier and place of supply. Then taxes subsumed, what is GST, then what is that UTGST, 4 UTGSTs are there, 3 are with the state legislative, so what will be implication with the state legislature means CGST and HGST will be levied. For other than state legislative, it will be CGST plus UTGST tax levied. Okay, so anything, any doubt, you can comment and revise with this notes. Thank you.